Hey everyone, it is Crazy Canuck here, bringing you a guide to what I believe is the fastest solo T10 Witch Doctor farming build currently in Season 5 patch 2.4 in Diablo 3. This build is extremely efficient at farming Riff Guardian keys as well as your crafting materials such as Death Breath and your Forgotten Souls. Let's take a look at the skills. First off, we have Zombie Dogs, Burning Dogs, paired up with Gargantuan Humongoid. These two skills do all of your single target damage. They will rip through the Elite Packs and the Rift Guardian in next to no time. Your other damage skill you're going to be using is Locust Swarm Searing Locust. This will basically do all of your AoE damage to kill all the white mobs that are in and around the rifts, to push through the rifts that much quicker. Your other three skills are movement based. So we have Horrify Stalker, which gives you a movement buff. Horrify is also really good if you get stuck in and around an elite pack. If they're going to be hitting you, you can pop Horrify, which fears them, and you can get the heck out of there. Then you have Spirit Walk Severance, which gives you the extra 100% movement buff. This skill will help you run through the rift non-stop. As long as you have the elites that you can kill, having Spirit Walk Severance is almost as fast as running the chicken build. A little bit slower, but with this build, you are killing all the white mobs that are in and around you. Soul Harvest Soul to Waste is the last skill that we're using. It gives you a slight movement speed buff to the stuff that you have soul harvested and a little bit of extra damage. The passives that we're using are Gruesome Feast, Fierce Loyalty, Midnight Feast, and Confident Ritual. The fifth passive that we're using on our Hellfire Amulet is Pierce the Veil. If you do not have a Hellfire Amulet that rolled Ancient that has Pierce the Veil on it, as long as you have one of those other four passives, this build will still work really well. The legendary gems that we're using for this build, as you can see, one is Bane of the Trapped, the second one is Bane of the Powerful, and the third one will be Zai's Stone of Vengeance. This one is key because as you are running around and you put distance from the mobs that you are attacking, they take more damage. With this build, you are going to be running non-stop, so this gem does help. You can switch this out for Toxin if you really want to, but I find this gem works perfectly. I'm running around. The only time I really stop is if I'm picking up Ancients or Legendaries, preferably if they're Ancient, and picking up any kind of mats that I need, such as Forgotten Souls from the Rift Guardian or Death Breath from all of the elites. Gear-wise, the helmet we're using is the Quetzalcoatl. You really want to try and get like Intelligence, Vitality, Crit Hit Chance. The gem that we're using in there is the Life. You do need that extra little life buff from that gem, mainly because you get stuck sometimes with using this build and things hit you and you really don't want to die. You want to keep moving. So if that does happen, which is rare, having that extra life does help you out. The Ancient Hellfire Amulet, Crit Hit Chance, Crit Hit Damage, Intellect, Socket, boom, golden. Corruption you craft. I crafted 10 of these. I got 2 Ancients out of what I rolled. This was the best one. You're going to want Int, Vit, Armor, and Locust Swarm. Locust Swarm, which is your passive AoE damage. So any piece that you can have Locust damage, you want to have it on. So that'll be your shoulders. Your chest piece, you're using the Ocula, which basically, while your primary resources are up, mine is in 94%, all damage taken is reduced by 50%, which makes you a lot tankier. In those gem sockets, you're going to want to put all intelligence. Gloves, I just got these ones yesterday. They're not great. It is the Tasker and Theos. If you don't have them Ancient, you can still wear them for the extra attack speed for your pets, but if you can, you really want to get these Ancient. You want to get the trifecta too, so you want to have Intelligence, attack speed, crit hit chance, crit hit damage. You don't really need the Vitality. Bracers, we're using Nemesis Bracers for the Shrine passive. Every time you're clicking a Shrine, another Elite Champion spawns. You kill that champion, it increases your CDR, and you can push through the rifts that much quicker. The belt you're looking for, you want to use Harrington's Waistguard if you can find it. I haven't found one at all this season. not ancient anyway. I do have one. It hasn't rolled ancient. I'm still trying to re-roll it to get it ancient. That way, when you click on chests or you click on anything on the ground, you get a big damage buff, which helps with your passive AoE to kill the white mobs. They will just melt all around you. I don't have that one, so I'm using this wrap basically for the Locust Swarm slow, which will proc my Bane of the Trap, so everything will take a little bit more damage. The rings, as we said, we're using the Legacy of the Nightmare 2-piece set, which is the Litany of the Undaunting, and the Wailing Host. If you can get them Intellect, Crit Chance, Crit Damage, you're happy. The Wailing Host I have with the attack speed and the crit hit damage increase is perfect enough for me. It works really well. The pants, the Hexing Pants, are key for this build. When you are running around, you will be doing 25% more damage. Stacked with the LON passive, everything else is doing 100% more damage if you have them rolled ancient. This helps the damage immensely when you're running around. Things just melt. The boots we're using are the Firewalkers. They burn the ground when you walk for weapon damage. That weapon damage is increased by the LON set. So every ancient you wearing is going to give that extra 100% damage to that. Things melt. They just burn to the ground. The weapon is the Ingeome. You really want to roll this with as much damage as you possibly can, and a socket, and ancient. I have yet to find this ancient. I've seen them drop. I've seen people with ridiculous ones. It's the dream. So you want to roll that. The reason for this one is every time you kill an elite pack, your CDR is reduced, which keeps your spirit walk up, which makes you run around the map faster. You're untargetable. You are running around like a bat out of hell, killing everything around you. And the last item that we do have is the Vile Hive, which increases your Locust Swarm, and you want to roll it into Locust Swarm damage for the bonus, and that is your passive. So it's buffing your passive, which will help kill all of the white mobs that are around the map to push through the rifts even quicker. In your cube, you're going to want to have Wormwood, which puts out your Locust Swarm without you having to cast a thing. You want to have the Mask of Jaren, which increases your pet damage by 100%, and the Short Man's Finger to increase the damage of your Gargantuans. So I'm going to leave you right now with one of the last ones, last riff that we ran. It runs about 4 minutes. The whole idea of having this build is you want to run through the rifts as fast as you can to get your keys. If you are not running to just get keys and you need materials, you can run through the entire rift and pick up all the materials. So we'll leave you with that last riff. Oh, and if you, for your followers, I'm using the Scoundrel. You can also use the Enchantress. You really don't need the heals from the Templar with this build. You just want the extra damage so you can run around quick. Hope you enjoyed the guide. Here's one riff to show you how fast and how efficient this build is. Thanks for watching. Give a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to. And you can hit me up on Twitch TV/CrazyCanuck. Have a good one, everyone.
Enemies of the Nephilim surround.
Need more time. Not ready yet.
Pay attention.
You are evil undoes you. Needs more time. Your day comes. perfect strike. The truth binds you. Need more time. The truth binds you. Needs more time. Not ready yet. The truth binds you.
The Rift Guardian is here.
I need to go back.